What's up, kids? It's me, Emperor Stove, and this is my August 2022 CSM report. I was struggling to figure out what deck I wanted to play for this month's CSM, or if I even wanted to play the CSM at all, but then I found this deck that Joshua Schmidt was apparently toying around with, and I was inspired. But I couldn't help but think, what if I made it worse? And I did! This is the list I played. Reasoning Gate Runick. So the idea behind this deck is obviously a Runick deck that wants to use Reasoning and Monster Gate to mill a bunch of spells into the graveyard, which means that the field spell, Runick Fountain, is going to draw 3 every single turn, meaning you're always going to have access to your resources. So let's go through the list. We've got 3 Lava Golem, which is insane, as well as being a special summon monster, which means that Reasoning and Monster Gate won't hit it. It'll go right past it and keep milling. We've got 2 Cyber Valley. Cyber Valley is a really sick card in this deck because all 3 of its effects are all kind of sick. The first effect prevents you from dying, which is very important in this deck since you don't have a lot of ways to prevent that. The second effect is a free draw 2 if you have one of the fusion monsters. And the third effect works really well if you've already resolved a Reasoning or Monster Gate with the field spell because you can basically stack any card you want from your graveyard and then draw it immediately off of the fountain. We also are on 1 Electromagnetic Turtle, which was a personal choice. It's a level 4, which means you can use it with Gary to make Baguska, as well as a card that prevents you from dying if it goes to the graveyard. It's probably bad, but I think it's funny. Next are the cornerstones of the deck, Reasoning and Monster Gate. I really wish these cards were at more than 1, but unfortunately we gotta play with what we got. Next we're on 3 Triple Tactics Talent and 1 Called by the Grave. We're also on a small Sky Striker package, 1 Engage, 1 Widow Anchor, 1 Eagle Booster. Eagle Booster is super sick because it prevents you from dying by protecting the monster in the EMZ, one of these guys that you've summoned there, from dying in battle if you have 3 spells engraved, and from all card effects. Widow Anchor is also just a sick card for a negate, and also it can help you link climb theoretically. Next, the Runick cards. We're on 3 Runick Fountain and 1 Terraforming. This card is pretty much accessible at any point in the game because any one of your Runick spells can turn into Hugin, which can get you the field spell. For the quick plays, we're on 2 Golden Droplet, 3 Freezing Curses, 3 Tip, 3 Dispelling, 1 Slumber, 3 Flashing Fire, 3 Smiting Storm, and 3 Destruction. You really want to have a critical mass of Runick cards because you need to be able to not only get one that gets you the field spell if you don't have it already, but another one to trigger the field spell so you can start drawing cards. For the extra deck, we're on 3 Gary, 2 Munin, 3 Hugin for our Runick fusions. 1 Baguska, which we can theoretically make with Gary and Electromagnetic Turtle. And for the links, we're on Zeroboros, Unicorn, Lina, Dark, IP, and Anima. In the side deck, we've got 3 Nibiru, 3 Alpha, 1 Dino Wrestler Pankratops, 3 MST, 2 Cosmic Cycle, and 3 There Can Be Only One. Let's check out some games. For our first match, we're up against Mutant, a deck that, as part of its game plan, puts its own banished cards back into the deck, because God is trying to kill me. Our hand is pretty good. We're going first. We're going to activate the field spell, then activate Runick Tip to get a search. Our opponent chains D-Shifter, and I chain Golden Droplet, because I forgot how Yu-Gi-Oh! Works. I did this because I thought it would go to the graveyard for some reason, and therefore I'd have something engraved to trigger Fountain, but of course, cards don't go to the graveyard until the end of the chain, which means both of these cards are now going to be banished. So I just gave my opponent a draw for no reason. We're going to summon out Munin to protect our field spell, activate the Triple Tactics to draw 2, set 2, and pass. We'll gain some life points off of the Munin. Our opponent's going to go Prosperity here. They're going to reveal E-Tele, Macro, D-Fissure, the spell card whose name I forget, Prosperity, and Arsenal. They're going to go E-Tele to summon Mutant M5. They're going to M5 search. I'm going to chain Widow Anchor to negate it here. They're going to set 1, activate the M5 to banish the Arsenal to set up for their Mutant Cry, and then pass. We draw Flashing Fire for turn. We're going to activate Destruction, hitting the Trap Trick, which is pretty bad for us. They're going to get their Mutant Cry. We get to banish some cards, and we get to draw 1. We draw Runick Destruction again, which is okay. We're going to pass here after gaining some life points again. They're going to go Mutant Cry during the main phase to go for Mutant Synthesis to try to pop. We're going to chain the Munin to try to negate it. They're going to chain Synthesis to protect itself, and then we can chain Flashing Fire to pop the Synthesis now that it no longer has the protection. So we are going to lose our field... no, we're actually not going to lose our field spell. We get to pop the Synthesis, and we get to negate the effect. Unfortunately, they have an E-Tele here for the M5 to search the ST-46. So they're going to get the trap card. They're going to go M for Arsenal here, then ST for Mutant Beast. This is pretty bad for me because Mutant Beast negates spell cards. They're going to attack us for a bunch of damage, set one and pass. We got to draw something pretty crazy. Lava Golem is pretty good. We're going to go Lava Golem. We get to get rid of the Beast, which is a big problem. Then we're going to go Destruction, popping something. But they chain the Mutant Cry to summon Synthesis and try to pop our field spell. And we are dead. We have nothing left. Game 2, we're going first. We're going to start by activating Runick Dispelling to special summon our Hugin. We're going to use Hugin to get ourselves the field spell. Then we activate the field spell, activate Runick Slumber, targeting our dude because we really need to get some draws in. We also get to mill 3 there. We draw 2 cards, we draw a Widow Anchor and Destruction, and we'll set the Widow Anchor and pass. Our opponent's going to go M5. We're going to Widow Anchor the M5 again, just like we did last game. They're going to activate the field spell, Mutant Evolution Lab, which is extremely annoying because it lets them add one of their banished mutant monsters, which was only banished because of our effects. We have to Destruction this so that they don't get that Mutant Mutator. We do get to use the Fountain to draw a card, but they have Mutant Fusion, allowing them to summon the Synthesis. They're going to try to pop the field spell, but we'll use our Hugin to protect it. We'll take the 25, and they'll pass it back to us. Unfortunately, we draw a second Lava Golem while they only have one monster on the field. We're going to activate Dispelling to try to summon out a Gary, but they're going to use Mutant Cry to summon Ultimus. Thank God they put a second monster on the field. Now we get to Lava Golem them and activate Flashing Fire to pop the Lava Golem. We draw 2 cards. Tip and Smiting Storm are pretty good. Our opponent's going to normal summon M5. Then they're going to summon the Mutant Mutator. We're going to activate Tip here. We maybe should have done this earlier so we would have the Freezing Curses, but I kind of wanted to see what they were going to do before I committed. That might have been a mistake. They're going to summon double Mutant Beast, of course, and then they're going to make Draglubion with it. They're going to summon Hope Harbinger, which is theoretically pretty good, but I'm wondering whether or not they read Gary, because they're going to attack over it, which lets me just pop the Hope Harbinger, so it's no longer a threat to me. In the end phase, we're going to Smiting Storm here to summon Munin. To get ourselves some protection and to let us draw a couple of cards. We'll gain some life points and our turn will start again. We're going to unfortunately have to use Smiting Storm for 1 here because both of our Freezing Curses are dead because Draglubion can't be targeted. We do get to draw 1 card here, but we draw MST, which isn't particularly great. Our opponent's going to E-Tele here for Ghost Ogre, which is really bad for me. They're going to attack over our monster, make Zeus. Luckily, we do have the Freezing Curses to negate it. I completely forgot about Ghost Ogre, and I activate Fountain. They Ghost Ogre the Fountain, which means it's now dead. We need to draw something pretty good here. Eagle Booster is okay. We're going to go Freezing Curses to summon Hugin. Hugin effect to add back another field spell. We're not even going to activate the field spell because we don't have any quick play spells to activate on their turn, so we might as well just keep it in hand where it can't get destroyed. Our opponent's going to ST into Mutant Mist here. They're going to go to the battle phase, but luckily we have an Eagle Booster to essentially skip their battle phase since our monster cannot be destroyed by battle and is unaffected by card effects. We had to draw a Runick Quick Play, and thank God we did. We get to Lava Golem their field, activate the field spell, go Golden Droplet, make them draw, and we get to draw 3 cards here off of the Runick Fountain. Unfortunately, we once again did not draw any Quick Plays, which means we have nothing here for our opponent's turn. We have to pray to God they can't kill us somehow. Lava Golem is going to trigger. They're going to normal summon ST, but I think they might be just be out of mutant monsters in their deck, especially since they only have 7 cards left in deck. They'll set the E-Tele, we'll pass it back to us, and we draw a Runick Quick Play, which is exactly what we needed. We're going to summon the Gary, and our opponent has seen the writing on the wall. Game 3, we're going second, and... oh no. Oh no. Really? Triple MST? Ugh. Alright, well, our opponent's going to start by going M5 to get ST-46, and they're going to special summon the Mutator from their hand. They're going to use Mutator to get Mutant Arsenal, and M5 to get Mutant Beast. Then they're going to set 2 and pass it back to us. We draw for turn a second Freezing Curses. Come on. MST the back row, MST the other back row. They're going to chain the Trap Trick to get a Mutant Cry. We're going to try to break this board. We're going to Flashing Fire pop the Beast, which they let go for some reason. They get to add back their Mutant Cry, I guess. Then we're going to Freezing Curses to summon Hugin to try to get our field spell. They're going to banish the Arsenal to banish the Hugin, but that doesn't prevent us from getting to the field spell. But they have another way to prevent us from using the field spell, and that's by using Mutant Cry to summon Synthesis and pop it. We have literally nothing left, and we just fucking concede. Round 2, we're up against Morphtronic. Not Telethon FTK, actual Morphtronic. Our hand is pretty good for going second. We've got Lava Golem plus Triple Tactics. As soon as I saw a Morphtronic card, I was like, oh no, I'm literally dead. I'm just going to get FTK'd. But then they started making actual plays to make a board, and I was like, oh, well, I drew Lava Golem, so maybe I can beat this. Our opponent is going to end on a pretty formidable board if we didn't have Lava Golem, the Barone plus Nat Beast plus format Appaloosa. But unfortunately for them, we do have the Lava Golem. For our turn, we're going to draw Freezing Curses. We're going to Lava Golem their 2 monsters. I go Freezing Curses targeting the Baron here because I was hoping to bait them into using the effect for some reason so I could Triple Tactics. Maybe that wasn't the best way to use it, but who cares. We're going to go activate the Terraforming to get the field spell, activate the field spell, then we're going to activate Golden Droplet to special summon our Munin to protect it. Then we're going to draw 2 cards off of the field spell and pass. We're going to gain some life points. They're going to Droplet it for some reason. I'm not sure why they did that. Our opponent's going to draw for turn. Lava Golem's going to burn them. Luckily, they went through over half of their deck just by doing their own combo, so our work is a lot easier. They're going to try to pop the field spell. We're going to chain Munin, they're going to chain Baron, and we're going to chain our Freezing Curses to negate it, which means that we get to keep our field spell. They're going to activate the Selphon. We're going to go tip to get ourselves a Flashing Fire. They miss on the Selphon, unfortunately for them. They will go to the battle phase, but this is not lethal, and we have easy ways to out their cards. We're going to start by going Engage here. We're going to search a Widow Anchor. We're going to activate Flashing Fire to summon out our Hugin. We're going to use our field spell to gain some life points and Hugin to search another field spell just to kind of deck thin a little bit. We're going to get Tip off the top, which is super good. We're going to get Destruction here. We're going to Widow Anchor, take the Lava Golem, then summon out Lina. We're going to use Lina to summon their formula. We're going to make Unicorn to spin back the Plat Gadget. Unfortunately, of course, we can't go to the battle phase because all of our Runick cards prevent us from doing that. But we're going to summon the Cyber Valley to protect us on the next turn. Our opponent draws a Staplin for turn and can't do anything, so we're going to just keep milling them. We're going to activate Slumber, mill some cards, activate the field spell, activate Cyber Valley to draw 2 here by banishing our Unicorn, Dispelling to summon out the Munin, and go to the end phase. We'll gain some life points, and we should be able to, if not mill them this turn, at least prevent them from doing anything until we can. They're going to summon out Gamer. We're going to immediately use our Freezing Curses on it, and they concede. Game 2, we're going second, and oh god. We opened Lava Golem again, but this time we also drew Alpha, which is even more insane going second. Our opponent is going first, and they're going to combo off again. We have obviously no hand traps in this deck, so we can't really stop them. Instead, we're going to use our Lava Golem and our Alpha to break their board. Once again, they make a pretty sick board. Nat Beast, Barone, Herald, and they have a Ghost Bell in hand, but it just doesn't matter, unfortunately. I feel very bad for this person. We're going to draw the field spell for turn, which is obviously insane. We're going to Lava Golem 2 of their monsters. We're going to get the Alpha, then bounce back, and then Lava Golem again. Go to battle phase, attack over the Lava Golem, activate the field spell. We're going to go Runick Destruction to summon out our Munin. They're going to Ghost Bell our field spell draw, which is kind of cute. Unfortunately for them, we have 2 more ways to trigger it next turn. They draw a dead machine dupe for turn, and they have no plays and just surrender. Round 3, we're up against fellow LVK sub, Redux, who is on Tearlament. We're going first. We're going to go activate our field spell, then we're going to activate Runick Destruction to get ourselves a Munin. We're going to activate the field spell to draw a card, and we will pass. Unfortunately, our Munin's effect is mandatory to gain life points, which means they get to trigger Hovness. Hovness mill 3, then they get to Rhino Heart, pitch some cards, Shaylin, they get to Fusion Summon Kid Kalos on my turn. They're doing all this shit in my end phase. So they're going to end on Garura plus Kid Kalos, and they get a Search. Not looking great for me. They're going to go Kit Kalos. We're going to try to negate it with Freezing Curses. That does work, luckily. But they have Merly in hand, so they're going to normal summon Merly. They miss on the Merly. They're going to attack. We're going to go Flashing Fire to try to protect ourselves from the Garura damage. We're going to go Field Spell, draw some cards. They're going to go into Spite Elf. And then Garura's effect to draw a card. They're going to summon out Sharon, mill some cards, fusion summon into Dragostapelia, bring back the Rhino Heart. They're going to Rhino Heart mill. They're going to Havnus fusion summon again. They're going to make a Kaleido Heart. They're going to try to pop my field spell. I'll try to negate it. I will negate it, but unfortunately the Kaleido Heart just fucking comes back. They mill a Meta Noise, they get something, and then they get to triple tactics me to put a card back. They're going to make Redoer, they're going to stack for Plagues, they're going to Synchro into Barone and pass. Jesus Christ. We draw Dispelling for turn. They're going to take one of my cards from my deck. We're going to summon out Gary to try to prevent ourselves from dying. We're going to Field Spell, draw a card. Normal summon the Cyber Valley to try to draw some more cards that do things. Activate the Runick Tip. They are being very cautious with those cards because they know that I have triple tactics in hand. We're going to go Flashing Fire to pop the Redoer. Activate the Golden Droplet to mill some cards. I Widow Anchor, take the Kaleido Heart, but I forgot how Runick cards work. I was going to try to crash into the Barone, but I don't get a battle phase. Game 2, we're going first again. Let's see if we can do a little bit better this time. We're going to activate Runick Destruction to get ourselves Hugin. Hugin is going to let us get the field spell. We'll activate the field spell and pass. All we have is Freezing Curses, but we might draw into something else. They're going to normal summon Seamare. We're going to get to Freezing Curses this, banish 3, and then draw some cards. We draw into Flashing Fire, and that's it, unfortunately. They're going to King of the Swamp for Poly, make Guardian Chimera to get rid of our... They're going to try to pop our field spell, but we're going to protect Hugin. They get to Instant Fusion for Kit Kalos. Kit Kalos get themselves Merly, and then use the Kit Kalos Merly combo to mill 8 cards. Isn't this cool? They're going to go Merly and Havnus in Graveyard to Fusion summon some cards. They're going to summon out a Kaleido Heart and a Garura. They're going to Kaleido Heart pop our field spell, or sorry, shuffle our field spell back, and we're just dead on board. We're just dead on board. Round 4, we're up against Tier Limit again. We're going first. We're going to go ahead and activate Engage. Engage is going to get us a Eagle Booster. Then we're going to go Runick Tip to get ourselves a Hugin. Hugin effect to search, and they're going to, of course, draw Havnus. They at least didn't hit anything off the Havnus, and that means we get to triple tactics, draw 2 cards. Now we finally get to resolve Monster Gate. Isn't this exciting? We milled 2 cards. Alright, well, whatever. We get to summon a Cyber Valley. We go activate the field spell, activate Freezing Curses to summon a dude, and then draw 3 cards and pass. We'll gain some life points. Our opponent is going to draw Nessie for turn. This is not a particularly great hand for them. Where they're going to activate Foolish Burial. We're going to tip to search. They're going to send the... I didn't see what they sent, but it doesn't matter. They're going to Fusion Summon into Kit Kalos. Kit Kalos, we're going to Freezing Curses, and they're going to Super Poly their own Kit Kalos to dodge the Freezing Curses. So they still get to search, and now they get to mill after making the Dragostapelia. They're going to trigger both the Havnus and the Merly to Fusion Summon. They're going to make Garura, and they're going to make Kit Kalos again. They're going to activate Mothman. Mothman hits the Jackalope. They're going to Jackalope to summon out Tsuchinoko from the deck. They're going to link off into Curious. They're going to draw a card off the Garura, drawing Dark Ruler. Mill the Rhino Heart, which will then come back, and they get to pitch. They're going to Rhino Heart send something. They're going to Dragostapelia target my Cyber Valley to put a counter on it. But unfortunately for them, it only negates effects while the monster has the counter on it, and Cyber Valley banishes itself for cost, which means we still get to skip their battle phase. They set 2 cards and pass. We're going to go Smiting Storm in the end phase to banish 6, and then use the field spell to draw 3 cards, which is crazy. We draw a tip for turn. We get to Lava Golem 2 of their dudes. Runick Golden Droplet to summon out the Munin. We're going to Destruction pop the back row, mill some more cards. It is the Salak, so they get to add something back, but we're not concerned about that. We get to Flashing Fire, get rid of the Dragostapelia, then use the field spell to draw 3 more cards. Activate Tip to search, mill some more. Activate the Reasoning we just ripped off the top. They call 4. We get to finally mill some decent cards, and we hit a Cyber Valley, which is crazy again. Unfortunately, they have the Havnus after we Munin, but who fucking cares? They're down. They also milled 3 of their own cards when they only had 7 left in deck, so they're already down to 3 cards. They go Instant Fusion for Muddragon IP. We're gonna Flashing Fire pop the IP so they can't make anything with it. We're gonna draw 3 more cards off the fountain, and man, this deck is crazy when it finally gets rolling. We're gonna Cyber Valley blank the battle phase, and the opponent has 1 card left in deck and concedes. Game 2, we're going second, and oh dear God, did we draw an insane going second hand. They're going to set one and go Jackalope. Jackalope hitting the Hobness, but obviously they can't make anything with it. They're going to go Nessie for Tsuchinoko. Then they're going to pitch the Gizmek for the Tsuchinoko. They instant fusion into Kit Kalos to get Rhino Heart. Then they'll go Kit Kalos, special summon the Sharon from hand to send itself in mill 5. Normal summon the Rhino Heart, sending the Hobness. Hobness will trigger, and they'll get to fusion summon, summoning a Garura. They'll link off into Curious, draw a card, and mill Snow, which is really annoying. They will mill 3 more cards, trigger a Murley to summon Dragos Stapelia, overlay for Redoer, and pass. I am an idiot. So they activate the Redoer effect. I just forgot how Redoer works. I forgot that it has the standby attach effect. I thought they were activating the tag out effect, so I was like, oh, I can just Flashing Fire pop it, and then it won't be able to detach, so it won't tag out, and it won't trigger any of the monsters. But they were activating the other effect, so I activate the Flashing Fire, and they just fucking chain the Redoer to tag out. I was very concerned that this misplay would cost me the game here. They get to trigger the Sharon to make Kaleido Heart, which is not great for me. We get to Lava Golem them, though, so it doesn't really matter, I guess, that much. We go Alpha, bounce back the Curious. Then we go activate the field spell, activate Tip. We're going to go Smiting Storm, summon the Hugin. We're going to Hugin search another field spell and use the field spell to draw some cards, and pass. The Redoer comes back, which it is annoying for sure, but not that annoying. Lava Golem is going to trigger. They're going to draw a card also off the Redoer. They're going to go to the battle phase. They will attack over our dude and deal us some damage. They're going to Snow in the battle phase to get in some more damage. But their hand is pretty bad for them against our deck exactly. We're going to Destruction pop the Salic in the end phase so we can trigger our field spell to draw another card. They get to search the Rhino Heart, but it doesn't really matter. They Redoer, again hitting a spell, but we get to Alpha them again. They're going to detach, draw a card. We're going to put our Lava Golem back and then Lava Golem them again. And we get to triple tactics because they use the Redoer. We're going to go Munin to give ourselves some protection for our field spell, draw some cards, and pass. Our opponent's Lava Golem is going to burn them again. They're down to 17 cards in deck. They're going to normal summon the Rhino Heart, sending Sharon. They're going to Sharon make Kit Kalos. Kit Kalos try to search, but we're going to Freezing Curses negate. They're once again going to Super Poly away the Kit Kalos to dodge the Freezing Curses. They go into another Kit Kalos. They get the search, and they get to mill some cards. We're going to go Dispelling here because it's funny, and also because we get to banish some cards and draw some cards. They're down to 9 cards left in deck, but they get to tag into a Garura. They're going to go Kit Kalos, send the Lava Golem so that we can't Lava Golem them again. Kaleido Heart hit the field spell, but we have Eagle Booster for their lethal push to prevent them from getting to our life points, thank God, because otherwise we were just dead. Munin is going to survive. They will set 2 and pass. We'll activate another field spell, Special the Alpha. Try to use the effect to bounce something. They will Salic negate it, sending the sending the Kaleido Heart, and the Kaleido Heart will obviously come back. They will trigger the Hobness that they sent to fusion summon into Muddragon to protect themselves from targeting effects. We'll activate Terraforming to get another field spell. We'll activate the Flashing Fire to pop the Kaleido Heart now that it can't come back a second time. We will Freezing Curses to banish some cards. We're going to Golden Droplet, banish some more cards, and we've all of a sudden got them down to 1 card left. We just need to draw something good off of this, and we did. We drew Smiting Storm to banish the last card from their deck. They are out of cards. We pass turn, and we win. Round 5, we're up against Despia, another deck that interacts with its own banished cards. I am clearly being punished for something. I don't have access to Game 1 because, unfortunately, my PC crashed in the middle of the game. Don't worry, I wasn't going to win anyway, and all you missed was me getting masqueraded to death. God, I love that fucking card. Game 2, we're going first. Our hand is pretty decent, I guess. We're going to go Engage to search Eagle Booster. Then we're going to go Runick Destruction to summon Hugin to get ourselves the field spell. We're going to activate the field spell, set the Eagle Booster, and pass. Our opponent's going to lead by summoning, or by Cosmicking my field spell, which is really frustrating since I don't have a way to protect it from that. They're going to summon the Albaz, try to fuse with my dude, but luckily I have Eagle Booster to protect it. They're going to go Patchwork to get Poly and Edge Imp Chain. They're going to Poly into Albion and then use Albion to summon Masquerade. Awesome. Luckily, we do have an out to the Masquerade. We can Lava Golem it and then Called by it when it tries to bring itself back. Unfortunately, all we have left is a single Freezing Curses. They're going to go Albion to set the Branded Banishment. They're going to Branded Banishment in draw phase to summon Albion and then tag with my monster into Dragostapelia. I have 8,000 life points and no way to protect my life points. They're going to Aluber, we're going to Freezing Curses, they're going to Snow, and I am dead. So that was the CSM for August 2022. All in all, I had a lot of fun. This deck was really, really fun. I can't believe we actually got to mill a couple of people. I'm kind of sad we didn't get to show off the Reasoning Monster Gate very much. We only resolved it, I think, twice, and both of them were in that one game. But I really like the idea and the concept behind this deck. It's very, very cool. Cyber Valley is so funny. I can't believe this card is, like, unironically maybe the best card to play in this deck. I'm surprised we won as many games as we did, to be honest. I really didn't expect this to work at all, but it kind of did sometimes. I didn't play it particularly well, and this is probably not the best way to play Runick. You should probably just be playing Mystic Mine Runick if you actually want to win with this deck, but this is a very fun way to play it, and I had myself a blast. Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and catch me on Twitch at twitch.tv/EmperorStove. I will see you in the next video.